Hola, Perishna. Mi nombre es Luis Martinez, and I'm coming from Asheville, North Carolina. I'm originally from Oaxaca, Mexico. I'm from a very small community, the Loxicho region, where we all Zapotec, and I cook Oaxacan food. And today we're going to be doing something really cool at Gather and Gun headquarters. I'm super excited about being here, and I'm very happy to do minilla. I grew up in Oaxaca, and minilla is one of those things like when when your mom is running out of time, when you want to eat something very quick. It's a dish that we make, and today we're gonna make it with sardines, like Mexican sardines, and we use chipotle, and we use butter, and we use some eggs. So anybody who has that at home can make it, and I'm pretty sure like everybody has those ingredients. So what we first do, we're gonna open the cans, and depending on how spicy you want it, you can keep adding more like chipotle peppers. In my case, I like it to be super spicy, right? But I learned that a lot of people doesn't like that, so I need to be like more careful, about when I make this. My kids back home, they really don't eat the spicy stuff, so I need to have like a little section for myself. Growing up in Oaxaca, most of us, my mom used to make it super spicy. And imagine like the weather is super hot and it's very warm, and at the same time you're eating like spicy stuff. Sometimes it's not very pleasant, but we're not gonna do that today. So so the chipotle chilies, I like to use these ones because they have that kind of like smoky flavor. And oh yeah, by the way, I did that. Like sometimes, the little trick is use spoon. So chipotles are really good for this recipe because that has a little kick, but also has that smoke flavor in the end. And because it was made with an adobo, it has garlic and onions, and you don't have to add anything. Like I said, this can be made like in 5 minutes. It's super simple, but it's so tasty. All right, so now we have the cans open, and you're gonna take the whole can. This is a super like traditional in Mexico. If you ask anybody who grew up in the South, like in the 90s, this was like very like common to eat it like all the time, because we have a lot of like food shortages and stuff like that. But it's a tradition right now. So you can get it at the Mexican store and just grab one of these one. They are sardines in tomato sauce with onions and some garlic. So it's very, very not that like amazing, but for us Mexicans, it's kind of really cool because it's a flavor that you grew up with it. So now we're gonna do the chipotle. Like I said, I don't put more than just one. I do like one per people. For myself, I probably do the whole can, but let's don't do that today. Just one, a little bit, and then what we want to take a regular egg, and we're gonna put it in there. At the same time, we're gonna take 2 little parts of butter. And I personally prefer like to put it in a microwave because it gets a little bit faster. And also when I have 2 kids, so for me like time is really important. So sometimes I don't have time for like put it on the stove and do it like all the steps. So this is something that you can make in less than 5 minutes. I put the 2 water bars on it, if I can open it. Yep. And put it in the microwave for around like 45 seconds to 1 minute. When I do that, all right. So now this is the next step, and this is the step that I like to use my blender. So I have this beautiful blender for like over 5 years that I use it in everything. I make pancakes, I make vinaigrettes. It's so easy to clean. I don't really like the regular blenders because it's too messy. But with this one, take it apart, put it in water, clean it fast. Again, especially when you're trying to make something quick and delicious, this every second matters. So now what we do, we're just gonna be mixing it little by little.
Good.
We don't mix it all the way. We just kind of like do it a little bit to give it some kind of texture. So it looks more like a dip now. You see that? And now the final thing is putting our butter. So our butter has been in the microwave for 45 seconds to 1 minute. We're gonna go and grab it. Just put a little bit more. Meanwhile, we can go back, put this on the side, and once the butter is like melting, we can think about what we're going to put on the side. So this is a dip that usually go with fresh vegetables. You know, in this case, I like to use celery. We can do some carrots. We can do some radishes. Imagine that this is very similar to like an Italian kind of like sardine sauce that it can be served with vegetables in the summer. So I go to the farmer's market and I buy whatever like they have available, you know. It's delicious and it's good, and it's good for like helping all the local farms. So yeah, so we're gonna go for these 3 vegetables. I like to do it in small, in a little kind of like whatever kind of like plate you have. In this case, we have this one over here and it looks cute. So now what we can go and do is just grab some kind of celery. I usually cut the tops, cut it in the middle, and kind of like make like you were making like little like celery like bars for like chicken wings and stuff like that. My kids love those kind of like they eat it by itself like that, but when we have this dip, they just dip it and they love it. Same thing with the carrots. We're gonna do like little sticks. Grab either here. The thing I do like 2 or 3 carrots. I don't know how many people are gonna be in your family, but this is what it worked for a family of 4. Just a easy snack. Do the same. Turn sides. Get a little bit creative here. And I think it's time for butter. Let's start that. So let's put this on the side. And we go for butter. So now what we're gonna go back and do, we're gonna take a bowl where we have a mixer, and we're just gonna take the butter and we just add it. We start slow and then we go fast.
Like,
There you go. Let's do twist it. Don't mix. At the end, we're gonna take a lime. So when you back in Mexico, where you're gonna cut a lime, you just don't cut it. In order to have all the juice, what we do is like we rub it around a very hard like a surface. So we kind of like you use it a little bit, you know? So when you cut it, it's gonna be ready to use. So you do that, you rub it, and then you're gonna see that it feels soft versus when it's not. So you rub it, and then you're gonna cut it, and it's gonna be way easier to take all the lime juice. So yep, that's it. Yeah, it's one of those little tricks. For this recipe, I use just one lime. You can use lemon too if you don't have a lime. It works fine. There you go. Mix it. Let's try it again. Yummy. And that's it. If you want to add more salt, some people like to add more salt. I personally think it's fine, but it's a personal preference. If you're super salty, not that salty, I like to add salt on the top of the plate. Once I put it in a bowl, I like to put salt on it. Because it's different kind of like a filling where you're like dipping all your vegetables on it. There you go. Alright, so now we just serve with the vegetables, and let's do a little bit radish too. So like I said, this is minilla, and it's something that is super traditional in Oaxaca and Juchitán, and kind of like the east side of the state, because they have so much fish. All right, so now we have our dip over here in a bowl, and like I said, like I don't like a lot of salt on it because, you know, I think it's already salty for the sardines. But if you want more salt, just take your salt and pepper too if you want it. It's like a personal preference. Everybody make it different. I like to make it that way. But yeah, so you just put salt and some pepper, and that's it. In a summer day, you know, you just take whatever kind of like vegetable you have. You can just like dip it and eat it. It's simple. It's a good dip that you can make in less than 5 minutes, and the kids will love it. And just don't tell them that it's fish.